Hi, my name is Miguel, and I work with a tiny NGO in Brussels that's called mediatEUr. When I say we're tiny, it's the other way. When I say we're tiny, I mean we're 3 people in the office, but we really work with about 300 people in different conflict settings. And this is some of them in Ukraine, there's Kosovo, and there's Belgium as well. One of the tank you see up there, the armored vehicle, that's actually right in the center of Brussels. We work in dialogue because we know the dialogue, because we've seen it, we know that dialogue is a great tool to build trust and to help people avoid violence. And many of us here this weekend work with dialogue. And we've seen it in many different communities that when they are equipped with good dialogue processes, they are better equipped to deal with their problems in a constructive way and to help prevent outbreaks of violence. I want to tell you a little bit about the work we do in Ukraine. And actually the color is a coincidence. The background was supposed to be white, but somehow it turned yellow. So that's quite good. Those are the Ukrainian colors. We've been working in Ukraine for the last 2 years. Thanks for the support of the Peace Nexus Foundation first, and then of the UNDP. And we came in with a very simple question. We wanted to find out what was going on with dialogue, and who was working on dialogue, and why and about what. And we found about 40 different dialogue initiatives in Ukraine. Some of them more professional, some of them less experienced, but all of them working on community-based dialogue. They're working with different methodologies. This is one of them. These are the folks from Theatre for Dialogue. Their actual name is Forum Theatre. I'm not going to tell you much about them because we're going to talk about this in lunch. I think we're going to have a break to experience the Forum Theatre. But to tell you very basically, what they do is they help people deal with trauma and express their emotions through dialogue. These folks are working from a city called Svetogorsk. That's in the east of Ukraine, in the Donetsk region. And they use video conferences to help people across the contact line get in touch with each other. And somehow they've managed to get a fiber optic connection in the middle of Svetogorsk, which is a city in the mountains where there's, that's pretty incredible. Somewhere in between, some of these people are from my team, somewhere in between there's mediatEUr. They're trying to bring support, trying to get some professional capacity, and trying to find out what it is that needs to be done in order for this to come up to the next level. And at the same time, there's the very high-level processes going on. These are pure negotiations. This is what's known as the Minsk process. And they're the folks that get to take the fancy photos. They're better known than the little community-based dialogues. What's in between is not clear to us. We haven't found any links between the two processes and the levels. And more importantly, we haven't found a lot of links between the different initiatives going on in the communities. And what that does is it really hampers their potential. The reason for that, we think, is because we're not listening enough to each other. The dialogues are happening in isolation in most of the cases, and especially when it comes to international organizations or donors, they target 1 or 2 initiatives and support them for a little time, and that's it. And that really doesn't help the sustainability of the work. So that's where technology came in for us. We started looking at online maps in order to help this situation. When I talk about maps, I mean geographical maps, the ones that help us answer the questions of who is doing dialogue and where is it happening. And we're talking about concept mapping as well. That's a sort of mind mapping. And that helps us answer the questions about what is going on. So we built this tool that we call Peace Logs, and we just came up with the name a few days ago, so if it's terrible, just let me know. But what it is basically a platform that allows dialogue facilitators to upload the work that they do and tell each other what it is that they're addressing. What are the issues that people in their communities are concerned about? And they do so with these concept mappings. What it does is that it then lets them see who else has been working on those issues and how have they addressed them. What are the solutions you found in your region to issues relating to IDPs, for example? Ultimately, our goal is to help all of these actors connect to each other and to get a better understanding of what it is that's worrying people in the communities in Ukraine, so that in the end we can build this link between the communities and between the very high-level processes, so that there can be a good flow of information between the two. Now, we're not technology experts, so that's why I'm really grateful to be here. So I can get the input from people who are working in technology, process design, product design. So I'm going to be in one of the booths out there. So please come talk to me, and if you have any ideas, any questions, we can dig deeper into. Thanks so much.